The mission of the Gershman Philadelphia Jewish Film Festival is to educate and engage diverse Philadelphia communities, Jewish and non-Jewish alike.
We create shared experiences and connections here at the Gershman Philadelphia Jewish Film Festival. Our way is through cinema and cultural programming inspired by both Jewish legacy and values.
GPJFF is Philadelphia's center for the best in Jewish international cinema.
It can trace its organizational roots back to 1875, when the organization was called the Young Men, Young Women's Hebrew Association. Over a century later, the organization had changed over into being the Jewish Y, then the JCC of Greater Philadelphia, and in 2018 the organization went independent and is now just the Gershman Philadelphia Jewish Film Festival.
GPJFF hosts two events every year, Fall Festival and the Spring Series. The Fall Festival takes place in November for 2 weeks. We typically show about 20 to 40 films, narratives, documentaries, and also a lot of short films as well from a wide range of countries.
The films we screen are fresh, exciting, eye-opening, and most of them are critically acclaimed and award-winning. Many of them Philadelphia premieres and handpicked at the world's prestigious international film festivals.
We strive to increase the appreciation of both cinema and history on our platforms because we really believe in Jewish stories and we really believe in Jewish filmmakers.
The festival experience does not stop when the credits roll. Most of our screenings are paired with talkbacks, Q&As, and panel discussions with filmmakers, directors, artists, writers, cinematographers, producers, and actors.
We show a lot of films in Center City. We'll show them at the Philadelphia Film Center, the Ritz East, the Lightbox Film Center, but we also travel to the suburbs.
For the past decade, GPJFF's audience has grown exponentially. This is thanks to community partnerships, outreach efforts, our staff, our generous board, our screening committee, and people who have invested their time and efforts to make GPJFF a success.
Telling stories is just a way that we organize our world, and film is a particularly powerful way of doing that.
It helps bring people together as a community, it helps open up dialogue.
The purpose of a film festival is beyond watching, beyond getting a movie out there, is to spark conversation.
There's something very powerful about a group of people joining together to watch a film communally.
Festivals are actually more relevant and important than ever.
If you imagine the work that film festivals around the world could do in bringing you new points of view, I think a lot of the problems of misunderstanding we have in the world could go away.
One thing I like about the Philadelphia Jewish Film Festival is the broad network of connections that they've developed across the Philadelphia area, with synagogues, with cultural institutions and museums, with arts organizations, and with universities.
The festival is a great community builder.
It's about bringing in as many people as we can, because even though it is a Jewish film festival, the stories that they are screening, they are about emotions and life experiences that anybody can relate.
There's this stereotyped idea of what a Jewish film festival might be and what films might be offered. One thinks about Holocaust stories, which are so essential and so important, but there's this multitude of stories in the context of Judaism beyond that.
One of the things I appreciate about the Jewish Film Festival is that they've had a lot of intersectional films with LGBTQ characters.
The care and attention they give to really intimately made films.
My movie Crossroads was a really sports-oriented movie. When these people watched the movie, they really identified with the movie. They realized what an amazing story of human compassion it is.
The festival was so welcoming and wonderful and warm, and it was a privilege to be able to come and show the film and then months later come back.
Bringing the Sturgeon Queens to the Philadelphia Jewish Film Festival was really one of the most memorable experiences of my Sturgeon Queens run.
When you see any of these films, it brings Jewishness into the forefront of your mind.
They're encouraging people to think through what Jewishness looks like, what it can sound like, what it can feel like.
A great way to check in and have those conversations with your Judaism is through any form of art, but film is a particularly right one.
Philadelphia Jewish Film Festival brings so much richness to the Philadelphia community.
Being on the screening committee has made my life fuller.
I've learned a lot. I've been exposed to films from a lot of different filmmakers.
It's been an honor to be working with the Jewish Film Festival, and it's been great to see that our own festival has become models for other forms of festivals in the region.
Niche film festivals like the Gershman Jewish Film Festival in Philadelphia are rare and beautiful.
It's very important to support Jewish film festivals because I don't think we're getting a lot of religion in synagogues or Hebrew schools anymore. Secular Jews like me learn a lot about our religion and our people.
Coming to a film festival is something I would encourage all young people to do as a habit for the rest of their lives.
I would absolutely support the Gershman Philadelphia Jewish Film Festival because it's a great place for meaningful conversations and good films.
We are
the
Gershman,
the Gershman
Philadelphia
Jewish Film Festival.
Jewish Film Festival.
The Gershman Philadelphia Jewish Film Festival.
So come on, engage in lively conversations, make connections, and experience Philadelphia's first film festival and the country's second longest running Jewish film festival, where we love sharing stories through the power of cinema.